Hello, good afternoon and welcome to a new video. And you can tell the weather's looking better, isn't it? Because I'm out on my XSR900. And apologies to everybody that subscribed from the Classic Bike channel. It's obvious this isn't an RD350. It's my homage to it, built by VelocityMoto.com. I love the look, but it's not everybody's taste, I get that. We're just off for a coffee, aren't we, Carol? Mm-hmm. And we're doing our usual run round to get a coffee at Triumph. We okay?
Yep, ready when you are.
Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah, for those that not seen this bike on the channel, I've had it for 3.5 years now, and it only comes out on nice days. It's only done 3,500 miles, and there are a few of these bikes around. You know, he's got a business doing this modification, although he obviously can't buy this model of XSR900 anymore. So he's got going on an XSR900 modification, which looks quite nice, and I'll put a couple of photos of the bikes that he's doing now. He still will do one of these for you if you want one, if you can find a suitable donor bike, suitable second-hand donor bike. ZZR 1400. Woohoo!
It's the middle of it, the road's bumpy. Get on the edge.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wow, look at the size of that building over there, Carol.
Oh, it's massive, isn't it? Absolutely huge.
I don't know if the drone caught it.
I think it caught it.
Earlier, you know. This is a new building by Jaguar Landrover, and it is massive. And this is just off the M42, heading towards Nottingham, between Nottingham and Birmingham, and it's just like a cluster. I think you'd see it from space, wouldn't you? It's that big.
I mean, you'd look at the sort of countryside around there where we just were standing, and it's a beautiful area, and then you've got this huge monstrosity being built.
I know.
It just seems ridiculous, really, but I suppose business is business, isn't it? It needs space, and
yeah, and it's been built right on a motorway junction, so they can get straight off. There's a roundabout just up here, and this building just stretches for miles. I'm not sure what part of Jaguar Land Rover it is. It looks pretty deserted at the moment.
This island wasn't here last time I came up here.
Yeah, it's another new building. It's all painted in stripy colours.
Not sure what the stripes are about. Trying to make it blend in, but I think it's a lost cause.
Yeah, they're not blending that building into the countryside, are they? So what do we think? Is it above the magical 10 degrees today?
I think it's just about there, yeah, but you don't want to be any colder.
I've got my summer gloves on, and I've got no heated grips on this bike, so it's quite basic.
I've got a summer jacket, but I've got my waterproof layer on top, I've got my winter gloves, and I've got my heated grips on, so I'm alright.
That don't surprise me. I love riding bikes, you know, Carol, just to be able to overtake, just like that. You know, you can be at 70 before you know where you are, can't you? I mean, really, this bike is plenty quick enough for me. The MT10's overkill, but I do love it. But this is when I checked the average MPG, this was doing about 52 MPG.
Well, that one's more like this bike, isn't it, really?
Yeah, well, it's basically the same engine. It's a triple. Yeah.
So we'd only have to fill up half as often if you rode that all the time.
Well, it's got a smaller tank than the MT10. You've got a 17 litre tank. I've got, I think, a 14.5 litre tank on this. So.
Right, okay.
You've got really good range with that, but that's what annoyed me with the new Street Triple. They've dropped a couple of litres off the tank of the new one.
Have they? Yeah. Right, so it's not as practical.
To make it a little bit more sporty and streamlined. It does look nice though, doesn't it?
It does look lovely, yeah, but I wouldn't swap unless I had to swap at the moment.
Well, the 675 motor's got plenty enough grunt for you, hasn't it?
Oh god, yeah, definitely, more than enough.
I mean, one or two people watching might wonder how we get our comms, you know, how we chat to each other and record everything that we're recording, and we're actually chatting to each other through Cardo Packtalk Bold. And I don't know if you've seen the latest release from Cardo, and it's a bit controversial, isn't it?
Well, I've not seen it, but I mean, is it supposed to be better?
Well, it's a more basic unit called the Cardo Custom, and
Right.
I don't know the full ins and outs, but it's caused a bit of controversy because it's the first time Cardo have moved to like a subscription service. Those subscriptions give you stuff that you already get on the more expensive unit.
I see.
So their argument is you're getting a cheaper unit and you're only having what you want.
That's fair enough if that's all you want and you just buy the standalone unit. I get that. So that's fair enough if you only want the very basic features, isn't it?
Yeah, but you'd buy a basic unit then, wouldn't you? Rather than go down the subscription side. When you're buying that base unit, they can afford to sell that base unit for that price, even if you don't subscribe. So basically what they're doing is they're selling you a unit with all the features, but you pay a subscription to unlock those features. And
yeah, but I don't think that's as bad as the likes of KTM, where you're buying the bike with all the bells and whistles on, right? And they give you that for the first 1,000 miles with all the bells and whistles on, and then after 1,000 miles they're turning those bells and whistles off and saying then you've got to pay for them if you want them. Now at least with Cardo they're not giving you them to start with. You can just buy the base unit and that's all you're paying for and that's all you get.
Yeah.
But with KTM they're giving you everything as you take the bike away from the showroom and then turning them off.
Oh, well, that's called demo mode.
Unless you pay the extra, and I think that's worse, really.
Well, I don't like either of the models, to be honest with you, because I mean KTM, you're basically buying a bike with a quick shifter fitted and everything else,
all the
race modes
and everything,
yeah, all that is included, and yet, you know, they basically get switched off. Is it after 1,000 miles or 900
I think it's 930 miles, I think it was, they turn them off, But I don't know whether that's mid-ride or just as you're riding along.
You're suddenly on tour somewhere, then your quick shifter stops working.
I think so,
Unless you get your wallet out.
Yeah, I think it might be a bit like that,
Yeah.
But I mean, same with the cameras, isn't it? GoPro gone the same route, haven't they?
Yeah.
Which is partly why we've changed from GoPro to the DJI.
Yeah. And I mean, we were looking. I mean, we've. Oh, hang on, what's this guy? Yeah, we're basically selling off all our old GoPro stuff because we're, you know, we're trying to rationalise what we've got. And I'm not a massive fan of the GoPro cameras, and I'm hoping what we managed to raise from the sale of all the old kit, we might be able to buy another DJI Action3, because we're really pleased with this one that's on my my helmet now.
Yeah, it's been excellent, hasn't it?
It's been a great camera, it really has, and really pleased with it. And we were looking at the prices, and you can get another one of these, just the camera with a battery, for, what was it,
309 pounds, yeah.
309 quid, yeah.
And then if you want it with the extra battery and the battery charger, it's 399, I think. So 400 quid effectively.
And that comes with a snazzy charging case with
we like the charging case,
with the two other spare batteries in.
Yeah.
And it's really neat. We've got that with us today, and it is brilliant. And if you want the equivalent from GoPro without the subscription, what was that?
I think that was £550, that was, just for the camera.
550.
Yeah. If you go with subscription, I think it's 350, and then you have to pay £50 a year for the subscription. I'm not quite sure what you get for that subscription. I think there's some like insurance on your camera and stuff like that for it, but
but they're trying to hook you in, aren't they? I mean, I guess if you're careful, you can just have the subscription for the year and then cancel it, and you've got yourself a cheaper
camera for
It's
400
marginally
quid,
cheaper, than paying the full whack up front. And if you were buying a GoPro, I'm guessing that's what a lot of people do.
I bet they do.
Is have the subscription for a year, then possibly cancel.
Because once you start paying your subscription, you pay for Netflix, and you pay for Amazon Prime, and you pay for Sky, and you pay for your broadband, and you pay for all these monthly things.
And you forget about them then, don't you?
And you forget about them. You pay for Spotify and whatever else you sign up to. And it's very easy to forget about them. I mean, the worst one's gym memberships, isn't it? Most people start a gym membership in January. They'll subscribe for the year, paying 30 quid a month or something, forget all about it. They go, oh yeah, I was supposed to go to the gym and actually do something.
Well, there's not much chance of that with me either.
No, we've never fell for that one, have we?
No. The only thing about this bike, I think the gearbox is whiny. It gets on your nerves a bit. I've got a fairly quiet exhaust on it, and I always think the gearbox is I don't know if you
can hear it.
I can hear it. It's been like it from brand new day one. I always think well, certainly this bike, it's just got like that whiny gearbox that the MT10's not got.
Yeah, but is it just the MT10, the engine drowns it out?
It
might be exactly the same gearbox, you just can't hear it because
I'm getting a bit paranoid about noises now, because I put the microphone on the MT10, didn't I? And that might be the video you saw last week, actually.
Yeah, it probably will be, won't it?
Yeah, and then I thought I could hear a noise, but bike ride's absolutely fine. I can't hear it without the microphone on the back of the bike. You can't hear it riding it, and you can't hear it standing still, so for me it's not a problem. And you can bet your life everybody on the MT10 forum would just say, oh, just stick just decat it and you won't care. You won't hear anything but the exhaust.
You won't hear anything, yeah.
Well, eventually you won't hear anything at all.
Because you'll be completely deaf.
Yeah. You're going to race the Fiat 500 off the line,
I'm going to race the Fiat 500.
It narrows in, you're going to have to get the hammer down, girl.
You reckon I've got a chance?
Those Fiat 500s have got so much power in them. You've got to. Well, the diesel here is 20p a litre lower than where we set off.
It's still expensive though, 167 for diesel, isn't it?
It is expensive, yeah. Especially for me as a van driver.
I think they just want everybody to go electric, don't they?
They do.
They're just trying to price you off the road, I think.
Yeah, but I mean, crikey. If you, it's okay for the people that have got garages and driveways where you can charge them up at night, but what about the people who are in flats, people who are in, like townhouses? That's all they can afford.
Well, terraced houses up the road, where you straight road onto the street. I mean, how
you can't put the cable across the street from your house,
let alone charge it, isn't it?
I think they're just trying to price poor people off the road. It's like the low emission zone down London. The only people that's really hitting are the poorer people. These people that can afford to buy the latest, greatest
New
car
cars,
or electric vehicle, they're fine, aren't they?
Yeah. You've got an old banger.
It's the same for tradesmen. No wonder it's so expensive to get a tradesman in London. They've got to have the latest van to comply with the low emissions. Or to get a fine, like however much every time they dip into it.
Well, that's it. I mean, how can they do that if they're just doing like a gardening business like yourself, just mowing lawns? You can't make enough money to cover all the charges, can you?
God almighty, God knows how much I'd have to charge to look after somebody's garden down in London.
Quite happy living around here.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Favourite cafe on tap.
Yeah, and we're not plugging Triumph by any way. We just like the cafe.
We just like the cafe.
And it's a perfect distance to come out for a ride, so that's why we're here so much.
Again.
and they do a great flat white.
They do a good coffee and cake,
Yeah. And I love getting the photo of a Yamaha in front of the Triumph building.
Some sort
posted on their page just to annoy them. lots of holes in the tarmac here from hot summer days where people's side stands stinking.
I think they have, yeah, sunk in.
That was a nice ride, wasn't it?
That one's supposed to have lights on, do you think, over there?
I don't know. If you see him bump starting it in the car park in a bit, you know, no, it wasn't.
It wasn't supposed to have its lights on.
Yeah. So we're going to get coffee.
Yeah.
Yes. Right. Thanks a lot for coming along with us. We'll finish the video here. Catch you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Problem.
What?
Coffee machine's broke.
No.